Hello guys, I am Jasmeet and welcome to Blogging Unplugged. And now in this video, we are going to discuss what's new in Elementor 3.8. Now this update is for the free version of the plugin, which means anybody using Elementor will get access to all of these new features and improvements except one, which is the dynamic tags for global colors. Now global colors is a feature that was introduced in Elementor 3.0 under design system, and that feature is available for everybody. However, dynamic tags is only available in the pro version, so keep that in mind. Now why I have included that feature in this video and the article that I have posted, the reason is simple. I wanted to keep my documentation for Elementor very similar to the Elementor changelog, and because it serves as a reference point for all of us, so I wanted to simplify it as much as I can. So I included that feature here. That's the only reason. Now again, I have touched on every topic, basically every new feature and improvement that has been included in this version of Elementor, such as the remove sidekit feature. That is one. The introduction of the text stroke feature, the text stroke property, basically not the feature, the property, and the size units and various widgets. So I've touched on almost everything. Now this is a brief video, but still timestamps to every topic covered are in the description box below. Now in case you are looking to buy Elementor Pro, then link to that is in the description box below as well. And with that said, if you find the video helpful, feel free to like, subscribe to the channel, or turn on the post notification bell. It helps out a lot. With that said, let me start sharing the screen. Hello guys, and welcome to the screen capture of this video. Now as you can see, we have two tabs open in the browser. The first one is the Elementor 3.8 and the second one is the Elementor 3.7. You can see right over here. Okay, now I have deactivated the pro version of the plugin because I didn't want because basically this update is for the free version, so we are going to just use the free version. Now the second thing is we will be comparing using both of these tabs. We'll be seeing what are the new features in Elementor 3.8. now in case the feature existed in Elementor 3.7, then how they have been improved in Elementor 3.8. Okay, so keeping that in mind, the first change that we are going to discuss is the movement is that basically the Flexbox container experiment has been moved to a beta experiment in Elementor 3.8. Now to see this change, what I'm going to do is let's just head over to Elementor 3.7 first, right over here. Go to Elementor settings and experiments, and you can see the Flexbox container is alpha right over here. The status is alpha. Okay, you can see. Now let's head over to settings in Elementor 3.8. go to experiments, and you can see the Flexbox container experiment is in beta. It has been moved from an alpha to a beta, but it still comes disabled by default. Now for this video, I will not be activating the Flexbox container experiments because there are a few changes that have been introduced for the sections and columns layout, so I'll be discussing that. So I will not be activating the Flexbox container for right now. Now while we are inside the WordPress dashboard, there is a new feature that has been introduced in Elementor 3.8, and that is the feature to remove kits. Okay, now if you have been using Elementor, then you must be familiar with the fact that in both free and pro version, it comes with a bunch of full website kits or templates that you can use to get started as soon as possible. Now before Elementor 3.8, once you have applied the kit, there was no easy way to basically remove the all of the changes that came with it. So for example, the global colors and the fonts and stuff like that, although you can customize the selection of what you want to import, but once the changes have been applied, there was basically no easy way to go back to the original state of the website. Now it is important to know if you have taken backups or you want to go through the route of revisions in Elementor, then yes, you can obviously restore that or go from revisions and restore a previous version of your website. Yes, that was possible, but that is the long way of doing things, and there was no easy way basically available to remove all of the changes. Now to see this change or to see this new feature, what I am going to do is, let's just head over to Elementor 3.7. Let's open this first. Let's see the home page. You can see I have already applied a site kit. Okay, so let's just head over to templates, oh sorry, tools right over here. Yes, and then import and export kit right over here, and it we have applied the website kit, and you can see right over here it lets you even after you import and apply a template kit, you can undo it by restoring a previous version of your site. Yes, that is through the revisions in Elementor, and if you will click this option right over here, it will take you to the revisions. Right, you can see right over here history, actions and revisions. So now you can see I've applied a template kit, but there is no revision available because possibly I have deleted it. Right, now what happens now? Let me close this and close this as well. Okay, so this is the option that you can see. If I would have taken a backup, then what I could have done is I would have basically restored that backup. That is why when making any changes, we often recommend people take a backup first, and once you reach a point where you have made satisfactory changes, then we recommend to basically take another backup, so that your changes are saved until then, and from there onwards you can restore it, and in case there are any problems. Okay, so right over here, Elementor 3.8 tools, we go import and export kit, and you can see there is no option available as of now for any remove kit. Basically there is no option, you can see right over here, that lets you basically remove the kit, and that is because I am currently not using any kit. You can see it's a plain website, I'm using no kit, there is no option to edit as Elementor. Okay, so let me just close this and head over to templates and kit library. Go here, go to kits by plan, select free. Let's just do this bakery, this is the first one. Click apply kit. I could customize, but I'm not going to customize. I'm going to click apply all. It might take a few minutes. Okay, so just hold on for a second. Okay, so you can see right over here the kit is live now, so I'm going to close this right over here first, and it takes us to the dashboard. So what I'm going to do right now is visit the site right over here, and you can see the kit has been applied. Okay, so this is the kit that we have imported. Okay, now I do not want to make changes to this kit, or probably I'm not liking the look and feel of it, although it is an amazing looking kit. So what I am going to do is, or what you can do is, go to Elementor tools right over here, import and export kit, and now you see the option to remove the most recent kit. Now remember, if you will basically remove this kit, then use this option basically, then whatever the changes that you have made will be removed as well. Okay, so in case you want to save the content that you have added, or you have created certain pages that you want to save, or you have uploaded something, basically made changes to the layout or something, basically you've made any of the changes, then what you will have to do is you will have to create a new page, transfer those changes there, and then use this option. Okay, else whatever the changes you have made, be it the content or the colors, will be removed, everything will be removed. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to click this option, and it just clearly asks you, sure you want to make these changes. Right over here, this is the pop-up, and I'm going to click yes. This will take a few seconds. Yes, done. Right, I'm going to refresh right over here and goes back to normal, right? So this is the new remove kit option that has been introduced in Elementor 3.8. This is available in the free version, so if you are a free user, then and you're looking to use kits, then go ahead. There are free kits available. In case you don't like what you have used, then you can remove using this option and then try out a new kit. This option was missing in Elementor 3.7. You can see right over here. Now again, if I will go right over here, refresh this option is gone basically. Okay, so until and unless you are using a site kit, a full website kit, this option will not be available to you. Okay, now to see this option again, you will have to use a kit. So this is basically a new change or a new feature that has been introduced in Elementor 3.8. Now moving on from the remove kit option, the next topic that we are going to discuss is the introduction of dynamic tags in global colors in Elementor 3.8. Now first things first, dynamic tags is a feature that is not available in the free version of Elementor. For that you need the pro version. Now here is the thing that I wanted to say about this. Now this change was mentioned in the free documentation while I was testing and writing about this thing, so I decided to include it in the free documentation to keep it very aligned and similar to the Elementor documentation, so that I could refer to and you could refer to it as well. That is why I share these videos, so that these serve as a reference point for all of us. Okay, so that is why every testing video, be it for WordPress, is shared, and for Elementor is shared. In the coming days I will create for more products as well. Okay, so keeping this in mind, remember, if you are not a pro user, then you will not be able to use this feature, but you can see how it works. Then later, in case you want to move to the pro version, then that you have access to this feature. Okay, now keeping this in mind, I have created two posts right over here. This is 3.8, you can see, and this is 3.7. Now I have activated the pro version on my test site, which is this one, both of these test sites. Okay, now global colors is a feature that was basically introduced in Elementor 3.0, and that is under their design system feature, and you will find it. Wait a second, I went way too quick, I think so you can find it. Click this hamburger icon, site settings right over here, and global colors right over here, and you will click this, right? And these are the global colors. Similarly for 3.7, site settings, global colors, right? Now you can see right over here, when I will click this thing, it will open the color picker, but there is no dynamic tags option available on the color picker. You can see clear and color sampler, right? And now when I will click this, you can see the dynamic tags option is right over here, and I will click this, and it will allow me to select a custom field, right? I will click this, and I can click this, and it will ask me to basically select a key and a custom key, and basically before and after and the fallback. Okay, it's the regular dynamic tag that has been added. So using this feature, basically you can assign colors. If you have assigned colors to custom fields, then you can fetch those colors using the dynamic tags. That further basically simplifies the workflow. So that is the meaning of this feature, and it is an amazing feature. Give it a try if you are a pro user. Okay, so this is the dynamic tags in Elementor 3.8 for you. Now after the global colors, the next improvement that we are going to discuss is the addition of the responsive controls in text align in both sections and columns. So this is why basically I did not activate the containers widget or the Flexbox container experiment in the beginning. I wanted to show you this change. Now to see this change, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to Elementor 3.7, which is right over here, and add the intersection widget. Now as soon as I will add the intersection widget, you will see the section and the column. Let me open the navigator. Okay, so we are going to select 4 right now. We are going to select the section right over here. You can see edit section, head over to styles, typography, and you can see text align right over here. The responsive controls are missing. You can see there are no responsive controls, right? Similarly, let's just go here, add the intersection widget, open the navigator, select the section from right here, and typography and the text align, and you can see the responsive controls are right over here. Let me show you this change again. You can see sections I've selected right over here, text align under typography, responsive controls are missing, and responsive controls are right over here. You just have to click this option right over here. You can see this is the new option: desktop, tablet, and mobile, right? So this is the change for sections. Now this is the same option that you will find in columns as well. Select a column right over here, style, typography, text align, and the responsive controls. Okay, in Elementor 3.8 you can see. Similarly, columns, style, typography, text align, and responsive controls are missing in Elementor 3.7. So this is basically the change where the text align, where the responsive controls have been added to the text align in both basically sections and columns in Elementor 3.8. So this is the change, or this is the improvement. Now after the responsive controls, the next topic that we are going to discuss is the addition of size units in various widgets. Now these size units have been added to certain elements, and that is what we are going to discuss in this section. Okay, now to show you this change, what I have done is I have added various widgets in which the size units have been added. You can see right over here, this is Elementor 3.8, and for comparison purposes, this is Elementor 3.7. All of the same widgets in exactly the same sequence have been added here as well, you can see, right? Now in case you are wondering what exactly are size units, so while creating your sites using Elementor, you must have seen certain elements or certain properties have a pixel, px, basically em, percentage, or rem. So basically these are the size units, and these have been added in these elements. Okay, so in certain elements you will find all of these, in certain elements you will find some of these. So that is what we are going to discuss. Now the first element in which you will find the size units is the letter spacing in the typography modal. Now to show you this, what I have done is I have added a heading widget, which is this one, and a heading widget, which is this one, and I'm going to click this right over here, and then I'm going to click style right over here, and I'm going to click this edit pencil icon, and letter spacing is right over here, and you can see the units are missing. You can see word spacing and line height have it, but letter spacing does not have it. Now I'm going to go to Elementor 3.8, select this, go to the typography model, and you can see right over here the letter spacing has px and em as the size units. So this is the first property, which is letter spacing in typography model. The next property is the size in icon widget. Now to show you this, let's head over to Elementor 3.7, icon widget, select this, go to style, and you can see size does not have the size units. Now let's head over to Elementor 3.8, click this, and you can see all of those size units that we were discussing before, that I was telling you about before, px, percentage, em, rem, have been added. You can see right over here, and these are missing from size, right? The second one is the spacing in the icon box widget, right? So this is the icon box widget in Elementor 3.7. so this is in the spacing. You can see it is missing, right? Let's head over to Elementor 3.8, select this, and you can see spacing is right over here. Now I'm not going to discuss size because exactly the icon, right? So spacing, right? Again, all four of those have been added, right? Now the next widget in which this has been added is the image box widget, which is right over here. This is the image box widget, and in this, again, spacing in which it has been added. So where is spacing? Spacing is right over here on top, right? You can see the size units are missing, and then size units are available right over here. All of the four: pixel, percentage, em, rem, right? The next widget is the testimonial widget, and in this, image size has received it. So I'm gonna click right over here, and there is image size. You can see no size units. Go to Elementor 3.8, select this, go to image, and you can see pixel, percentage, em, rem, and you can go back and see this. So this is basically a change, an improvement that you will see in Elementor 3.8, that size units have been added to various widgets, various elements. These size units have been introduced. Now moving on from the size units, the next improvement that we are going to discuss is the addition of text stroke in different widgets. As you can see, I've added two widgets. The first one is the counter, which is this one, and the second one is the image box. Basically, in both of these widgets, the text stroke property has been added, and this property is missing in Elementor 3.7. so I have added both of those widgets here as well for comparison purposes. Now let's start off with the counter widget and see from where the text stroke property was missing. So to see this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this. I'm going to head over to styles, and as you can see, the number does not have text stroke and the title doesn't have the text stroke. Now in Elementor 3.8, text stroke has been added to both of these. Okay, so let's head over to style, and you can see text stroke and you can see text stroke. So you can select this and stroke, right? Change the color, right? You can see. And similarly for number, you can see this has been added, right? Now the second widget in which the text stroke property has been added is the image box widget. Now to show you this, let's head over to Elementor 3.7 again. Select this widget right over here. This is the image box. Head over to style, go down, click content, and you can see it is missing from the content tab right over here. Okay, so the title doesn't have it and the description doesn't have it, right? As you can see. Now let's head over to Elementor 3.8, select the image box, go right over here, click content right over here, and text stroke is right over here. So you can see this. You can see how the heading is doing, right? Let's change this to something blue, and then we can do this. I mean, come on. Right, and you can see. Right, so this is the change. This is basically the addition of text stroke in both the counter and the image box widget in Elementor 3.8. So this is me recording after I've done recording the video. And I missed one of the changes, which was addition of text stroke in the divider widget. So that is what I'm going to show you right now. So as you can see, This is Elementor 3.8 and I've added the divider widget right over here, and similarly in Elementor 3.7. right now, we all know that, if you have been using this widget, then you know that you can add text to the divider widget, and that is by selecting text right over here. And when you will select text right over here, it will show you its style options right over here. You can see the text comes up right over here, and you can click this and you can see the text stroke is missing. So this is Elementor 3.7. you can see right over here, right? And similarly, this has been added in Elementor 3.8. So I'm going to do select text right over here. It says divider as soon as I select it. Then I'm going to go back to styles, select text, and you can see text stroke is right over here. Let me change the color. Let me go pink this time, right? And select something like this, and let's just move this, right? You can see text stroke. This has been added in Elementor 3.8 in the divider widget, and this is missing in Elementor 3.7. so this is basically the change that I missed, and this is that part of the video for you. Okay, thank you. In case you have any queries regarding any of these changes, feel free to comment down below. Shorts will be uploaded shortly after the video goes live, right? Make sure, if you found the video helpful, to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notification bell. It helps out a lot. Now, I hope you have found this video helpful and are now familiar with all the new features and improvements included in Elementor 3.8. Now, if you did, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notification bell. Now, in case you have any queries, feel free to comment down below and I will try and help. Also, the links to our socials and Elementor Pro are in the description box below. Feel free to follow us on other platforms as well. It helps out a lot. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.